Today's episode of Variant is brought to you by Gamefly.
Today on Variant, we're going to review the Amazing Spider-Man film with the big man, the head honcho, Mr. Triune himself, Ryan Sexy Pants Connolly. Welcome to Variant, where we love comics more than the Pillsbury Doughboy likes getting punched in the stomach. I'm your host, Arris. Now, I know I said I was going to give you my essential 3 Spider-Man comics today, but I actually decided to save that for next week because yesterday I saw the Amazing Spider-Man film with the Triune Gang, so today we're going to do things a little bit different. Do you guys mind? No? I knew you wouldn't. Well, like I said, today I have Ryan Connolly from Film Right here to review the film with me, The Amazing Spider-Man. We just got back from the theaters.
Literally just got back.
Yes, we just decided to walk right in here and review it for today's episode.
Opinions are fresh.
They are very fresh. So, overall thoughts?
I was disappointed by it overall.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of a hater of the Sam Rami trilogy. I mean, the first and the second one and the third one was wretched, wretched.
It never happened.
So I'm one of the people that was really looking forward to the reboot. I'm like, yes, apologize. Apologize for what you did.
Give me a good one.
This was not the apology that I was looking for at all. I mean, there were things in it that were fantastic, and there were things in it that were terrible. And it feels like they juggled between those almost the entire time. So, I mean, I'm liking it a little more. The longer I'm away from it, the more I'm liking it. When I left, I was a little more disappointed than I am now. But overall,
Well, I liked it. I mean, the only real gripe I have is the origin. Like how, first of all, they gave it to us again, which I don't think we really needed because we just had the origin in Raimi's films a couple years ago. I wanted them to do like the Hulk.
Well, like
when they
11 years ago.
Yeah, but it's still pretty fresh. Like when they rebooted the Hulk, they didn't really give you an origin. It's just like, you already know, so this is what it is.
That's a great point. Like the cartoon, like Spectacular Spider-Man. Just jump right into it. He's Spider-Man already.
Do like flashbacks.
Right.
Like if you want to do that, be like, this is how you became Spider, but not like an hour dedicated to it.
Because pretty much everybody knows the origin.
Right.
And I'll agree, I was shocked how taxing it actually was to sit through that origin again.
Yes.
It wasn't interesting. It wasn't drawing me in. I didn't care. It was like a job. It was just this chore that I had to get past to get to the Spider-Man, which didn't even freaking happen till an hour into the movie, by the way.
Right.
So it's like, that's another problem. The pacing was so freaking slow. And then finally Spider-Man happens and it's just like, oh, some stuff, and then back to the stuff that I didn't really want to see. I want to see Spider-Man. I want to develop that story. And they did, like, there were things there that I loved that they underdeveloped, and they spent more time on this over here, which was it's Mark Webb who did 500 Days of Summer, and I feel like the movie was a mixture between Spider-Man and 500 Days of Summer, spending more time on that 500 Days of Summer story with that love story between Gwen Stacy and Peter Parker.
The pacing didn't bother me that much. The only reason why the origin kind of really bothers me as much as it does is, like I said, we already had an origin, but I didn't like the liberties he took with the origin this time. It's kind of like he took the Ultimate Universe, he took the original Spider-Man universe and went, nah, and then added some Mark Webb originals in there. Actually, a lot of stuff seemed like very Green Goblin-esque.
It really did, yeah.
Like how they handled the lizard. I don't know if
Which I liked.
Yeah,
I liked a lot.
Cool.
And that was another story that I wanted to spend more time on. I wanted it to be developed more, but we didn't even get the lizard till like an hour and 20 minutes into the movie.
One thing I really did like, though, as you were talking, it just popped in my head, I like how we got the Quip Spider-Man back, where he's very sarcastic to the villains and
throwing
he's
out the one-liners.
Throwing out the one-liners, and he's really like, it's like he's Peter Parker, shy Peter Parker. People pick on him, but when he puts on the costume, he's like confident, like sarcastic teenage kid.
Right.
So I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I mean they had that a little bit in the same room, but I think Tobey Maguire did a terrible job of it, whereas Andrew Garfield did a much better job of it. But I still feel like they didn't nail that tone of it still. I mean, there were times where it did. But I mean, there's another thing that I really, well, first of all, things that were great about it. The cast.
Cast was excellent.
Flawless. Perfect cast across
Especially
the board.
Emma Stone.
Things that weren't good. I thought the script was not very good. I mean, the concepts that were in there were great, and I would have loved to see develop more, but it wasn't. It was just chucked at you. And I'm like, how did we get here? Why didn't you spend more time getting us here? I would have been so invested. And Andrew Garfield was always giving the smolder. You notice that?
I didn't notice
I'm like, stop the smolder. What are you doing?
Did you like him as Peter Parker?
I really did. But the thing, like I said before, what they did well, they did fantastically well. The set pieces were awesome. The action was awesome. The school fight scene was amazing.
Great. It was
like
great.
The way, weren't you, when he was using the web in the school, weren't you like, thank you?
Yes.
That is how I want to see you use the web. But he never ran out. They finally, it's mechanical, and he never ran out.
It never runs out. But yeah, I wish we would have saw that, because like in the comics or the cartoons, it
It's great. It's
Well,
funny. 'cause
maybe
you're
if
like,
Spider-Man
it's-"
was on screen a little more, he would have.
But when he was on screen, it was awesome.
But he wasn't on nearly enough.
No.
I almost want to take a stopwatch and go see
Rewatch
it
it
again
and time it.
and stop and start every time he's on screen and see how much time Spider-Man's actually there.
Well, the second one, then you'll probably love then. Because if you liked him on screen, I'm sure it's going to be all Spider-Man
Yeah.
for 2 hours.
I mean, to give my final thought on it,
Right.
I would say it's definitely worth seeing in theaters because it's a gorgeous movie.
Mm-hmm.
The visual effects are fantastic. And again, when the movie is good, it is firing on all cylinders. It is freaking good.
Yes.
But it's as bad as it is good. So I definitely think it's worth seeing on the big screen for its fantastic visuals. But I don't know, if you're anything like me, go in there knowing that there's a lot of things that you're going to be disappointed about.
I didn't hate it as much as you did. I actually, I liked it. I liked it more
But I
than the
didn't
Raimi
hate
trilogy.
it. I didn't hate it. I'm 50-50.
Okay,
I have a
okay.
love-hate relationship with this movie.
Right.
And I think, like you said, I don't think we needed this reboot. I think we should have just jumped right back into the property. Just have all new people take over and jump smack dab in the middle.
Right. Yeah.
GameFly is the largest online video game rental service and offers you a choice from over 8,000 new and classic titles across all consoles and handhelds. With plans starting at just $15.95 a month, GameFly members can rent 1 to 4 games at a time and keep them for as long as they'd like. Once you're done playing the game, send it back to GameFly and they will send you a next available game in your list. With plans starting at just $15.95 a month, GameFly members can rent 1 to 4 games at a time and keep them for as long as they'd like. Once you're done playing the game, send it back to GameFly and they will send you the next available game on your list. GameFly members can also play hundreds of PC games for free with unlimited PC play. Variant fans get a 15-day free trial when they go to gamefly.com/variant. So sign up and get your game on. First up for my buy list on Wednesday, July 4th, we have Avengers vs. X-Men issue 7. I've been saying this from the beginning, this series is great, and I think it's going to end with a bang. Now we have the Amazing Spider-Man issue 689. In this issue, the living vampire Morbius is on the loose and no one is safe, even the recently cured Kurt Connors. But if Kurt Connors is cured, who is the new lizard creature? Now we have Earth 2 issue 3. In this we get an all-new origin for the Alan Scott Green Lantern, one where he apparently announces his big secret. Now we have Batman Earth 1. This is basically Jeff Johns' retelling of Bruce Wayne's first year as Batman, and I couldn't be more excited. The man's a beast. Here we have Action Comics issue 11. In this, Superman's secret identity is revealed, and Lois Lane continues her investigation into the mystery of Earth's first Superman. Next up is Detective Comics issue 11. I'm enjoying this title a lot and loving the Two-Face backstories. And finally, we have Before Watchmen Ozymandias issue 1. All the first issues for these series have been really good so far, so I'm excited for this one as well. But I really just want to read the Rorschach issues already. Well, that's it for today, Yarn Baron, and as always, I want to know what you guys think, so post in our comment section below on what you thought of the movie, or head over to our Variant Facebook page and leave your thoughts there. I feel like a broken record by now by saying that every week, but it's true. I want to know what you guys think, and I want to chit-chat with you guys, so follow me at Twitter at twitter.com/Arris_Quinones. I am always down for some comic book talk. And happy 4th of July, everyone, and don't lose any fingers, or although that would be a pretty cool story. But that's it for today, and I will see you next week when I give you my Essential 3 Spider-Man comic books. But for real this time. Really. Really, really. You're gonna know my Essential 3 next week, I promise. Teeth. Expert teeth.